Hi, I'm Madison Mary. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a brand new weekly reading vlog for you. So, it's a brand new week. I'm clearly still in Las Vegas. If you watched last week's vlog, you will know that I came to stay with my parents for the long weekend, and then my flight yesterday got cancelled, so I'm now staying here for the entire week. But yeah, I'm super stoked. I love it here. I just finished work for the day. It's still sunny out, so put on my bikini and I'm gonna go sunbake for a little bit while I read. Now, I did start Act Cool by Tobly and McSmith yesterday. Didn't update you guys yesterday because, you know, so much going on, plus it was Labor Day. It's a YA trans romance. It came out today, and it follows a guy named August, and he has just transitioned. His parents do not support him. He comes from this really small town in Pennsylvania, and his parents are very religious. They were about to send him to conversion therapy, and so he ends up reaching out to his aunt who lives in New York City and being like, hey, I need you to help me, like my parents are about to send me to conversion therapy, like if this happens, like I don't think I can live anymore. And so she's like, hey, I got you an interview at this like prestigious like art school here in New York. So he ends up running away from home and coming to New York to stay with his aunt and auditioning for this school and getting in, and it's him now at this high school living there. And so, yeah, it's definitely like a lot darker and deeper than Tobly's first book. This definitely from the beginning really gets into transphobia and the struggles of being a trans teen in a place where you don't have a lot of supportive people around you. But yeah, that's my little update for now, and I'll catch you guys up later. Bye. What are you doing? What are you doing? You gotta come say hello, come. Bosco. Oh my god, everyone missed you when I left. Look at you, you pretty boy. Wait, bro, where are you going? Oh, he's going to go see mommy. Hey, okay, so it is the next night. I know I said, I think it's so funny yesterday. I was like, we'll see if I continue with Act Cool. I finished it. Like, as soon as I stopped talking to you guys, I picked up the book and then read the next 75%. I loved it. I am giving it a full 5 out of 5 stars. I mean, if I'm being like super technical, like a 4.75, like I didn't bawl my eyes out like I did with the first book of Tobly's, but I still definitely like teared up. I got really upset about it. It definitely is a lot darker and deeper than his freshman novel. This one deals a lot, you know, with transphobia. It deals a lot with, you know, dead naming happens a lot in this. So does suicidal ideation. There's a lot of talk about, you know, conversion therapy. It really gets into the psyche of, you know, August, our main character, and what he's going through during this time, and his insecurities, the way that he feels about acceptance, just wanting his parents to love him, his parents just being so God-fearing, so stuck in their own ways, and their inability to ever see their son as their son is just a huge part of the book. So I do want to say that, like, if this is a topic that is very close to you, I do think it could be super triggering, and there is like a topic of conversation in this, you know, to do with August and things like that. So I do want to caution you against that, but I think that if you're not someone who is directly tied to the topic, this is like 100% something that you need to read. I just think that like it has so many amazing conversations in it just to do with acceptance and sexuality and coming to terms to who you are and gender identity and everything like that. And I decided to pick up Savage Lover. This is book 3 of the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie and Lark. If you have been following, I've been reading them as I can. So this is Nero Gallo's book, and it's his romance with Camille. And this one's really cool. So Nero is from the Gallo family, the Italian mafia in Chicago, and he's like the middle brother. He's the most volatile, the most dangerous, the one who's kind of just known for being like, you know, super out there, doing everything and anything, and just, you know, kind of like being a criminal to the max, but also being like extremely hot and sexy. So there's him, and then you have Camille, and she works as a mechanic, and she's extremely poor, and, you know, she ends up getting caught up in something because of her younger brother, and she takes the fall for her younger brother and is now finding herself as a CI for this corrupt, but not really corrupt police dude. And it's her romance with Nero, because the two of them have like this kind of bond over cars together, and then like have this insane chemistry, and like I'm loving it. I'm already 60% in. I flew through it today. It's been really awesome. I definitely love just their dynamic and their romance. Compared to the first 2 books, I will say this one feels more new adult. The characters feel a lot younger, even though they're 25. But I'm 100% digging it. I just love kind of seeing, you know, being back into like the full-on mafia world, the full-on like whatever's going on currently, and then kind of how they're both in such a sticky situation. But also I think we're going to have like a bit of like a heist situation going on, and I'm super digging this like kind of heist possible situation because I'm always a huge fan of that. So yeah, it's going really well. Just want to give you guys a quick update. I'll probably finish that tomorrow because I'm super tired. It's like almost like 10 p.m. Yeah, that's kind of my update for now. I'll let you guys know how everything keeps on going. I'll get my ponytail up. There we go. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Okay, bye. Hello. Okay, so I'm about to head out with my mum. We are getting our nails done today because I had a short work day. But I did finish this morning Savage Lover by Sophie Lark. It was so good. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it to you, but you know, you're following ɪṛsᴛᴏᴜ, and then you have Camille, and I just, oh, the sun's coming back out. Okay, that's lovely. It is, but now it's right in my face. But I really did love it. They have like just this intense chemistry, and this one was like the most action-packed out of them all so far, and I just think it's my favorite. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's my favorite that I've read, and I feel like her books just keep getting better and better, and like the chemistry between the characters just gets better and better. I will say this is probably like the least like steamiest, like sexiest of the two. Like, you know, they're not just like, you know, banging from the start or anything like that. Like the first book was like probably had the most sex in it, and this one's probably like middle of the road. But I love their connection. It was just really awesome, and like they bonded over these really amazing things, and just, I don't know, it was just so much fun, and there was just so much to it, and I just love that it, like the progression of their relationship was like this really awesome slow burn, and just like how they, you know, connected with one another and like found like themselves as like their opposite parts. I loved it. I loved it. Like, it's definitely 100% like a new favorite of mine. I'm so excited to continue on because the next book's Dante's. Oh god. And I have been dying for his book. So super excited for that. Definitely loved Savage Lover. I loved it so much. I can't wait to get home so I can like see my book, because Nero is just like, oh, he's so hot and attractive and so volatile and dangerous, but when he loves you with his whole heart, and he's just like a little bit of a broken boy because he's not the favorite of the family. He's the one who's always overlooked, but he's like super smart, but he has like a temper, and I loved it. I loved him. And then Camille was so awesome because she was like, I will do anything for my family. Like, I know that we're not the best off. I know that we don't have a great situation. I know that everyone looks down on me, but you know what? I do what I love and I do what I can. I'm an extremely loyal person, and you know, if someone does take the time to get to know me, like, it's definitely worth their time. And I loved her, and like how she just became like so like at one with Nero and like looking after him. And even though she got into this really shitty situation, you know, having to be like a CI for like this not dirty cop but dirty cop, he's like a good cop trying to get dirty cop kind of a thing, just like that whole situation that she got in, and just kind of how badass she became. Like, she was always a badass, but then she like became like a real badass, and I love that. So yeah, I'm either gonna start Defy the Night next because I need to read that arc, and that's a fantasy book, YA fantasy, or I'll just pick something else up on my Kindle. But I'm most likely going to pick up Defy the Night because I do want to read it before Tuesday, and I'm not 100% sure I want to like start it on the airplane tomorrow, so I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, that's it for now. Bye! Okay, so I'm back in New York. It is Sunday. Got in late last night, like 9, almost 10 p.m. So got a couple things to update you on. On the entire airplane ride, it was like 4 and a bit hours, I read the entirety of Defy the Night by Brigid Kemmerer. I actually really enjoyed it. I do want to say, I do think I'm becoming a lot more critical about my YA fantasies. If you are a YA fantasy reader, this is a typical YA fantasy, but I was really pulled into it, and I did love how this whole thing works. So this is set in a place where there's like a main kingdom, and then that kingdom has different sectors. And ever since the young king, his parents were assassinated, he took over for them. Ever since then, there has been like this magical illness that has been plaguing their like kingdom. And there's only one cure for that. And it's like this cure that is made from moonflower. And only 2 of the sectors can grow moonflowers because of like, that's just how it works. And so there's like a whole system for how like the elixir is distributed, but also like not everyone does get it. Like, there's not that much, then there are a lot of taxes on it, and so it's kind of like the idea that there is this illness going around, but not everyone has access to it if, you know, you're poor or anything like that. And so you're following Tessa, and she is an outlaw. She works in the wilds, which is like this area that surrounds the main capital, and she and her friend steal moonflower and make the elixirs at like a lower dosage to give to the poor people who don't actually get it. So she's kind of like, you know, it's like a bit of like a Robin Hood aspect of this. So she does that with her friend Wes. Now the two of them don't know each other's identities. They both wear masks. They met a couple years ago. That's how they got started in this whole thing. And you're basically following Tess and her storyline. And then you're also following Prince Coric. And Coric is the current king's younger brother. There's like a 3-year age difference to them. And Coric is the king's justice. So basically he's like the executioner. He's the one who does all the dirty work. He's the one that everyone is afraid of. He's like the big bad guy. But the truth is, like, he doesn't really want to be this person, but he knows that like his parents were assassinated because they trusted everyone. So ever since then, he's like, I need to be this person who, you know, takes no shit, gives no shit, because I can't let my brother also get assassinated. Like, we can't let people in. And then so you're following his storyline and how his ends up interconnecting with Tessa's, and kind of also the way that he, you know, has all like these political things going on. So it's really interesting. I love the political aspect of this. I do love how there's like so much court intrigue, and I know that like the final copy is going to have a map, and I'm so excited for that because like it's really interesting to see like kind of how the different sectors work to one another. And like there's like a kind of like almost like a Hunger Games aspect of to the sectors. Like there's one sector that's like steel work, one of the sectors does like something else, and like everything like has its own like place, and like the way that like, I don't know, I'm someone who really loves fantasy books that have like a lot of like kingdom politics and court intrigue. So that's the reason why I love this book so much. The romance in it was sweet. It's not like one that I'm like 100% like swooning over, but I love the characters in this. I love the progression. And one thing that I really do adore about Brigid Kemmerer is the fact that each of her books, like when she writes a series, this is a series, is that each book does end, like that plot line does end, and that leaves off with you knowing what the next book is going to be about. So it's not like a major cliffhanger. You're not like sitting there being like, oh my god, I need the next book now, like what just happened? But it's kind of like it rounds everything out, that you're like, oh okay, like I'm satisfied, but I still want to know now what happens? What are they going to do now? Like this one thing has been resolved, but now we have all these other loose ends, and how are we going to tie those up? She kind of reminds me a little bit of Rebecca Ross, and how Rebecca Ross writes her like series. So huge fan of this. It was super easy to go through. I think that this is such a great YA fantasy, especially on the younger side of YA. Like it does have, you know, some romance in it. It does have some scenes between our characters, but nothing too explicit. It definitely is just like an overall amazing book. I think so many people are going to love this. For me, it's like a 4 out of 5 stars, I'm thinking. But I really did love it. I love just all the action and all like the spying that went into this, because I'm someone who loves those things like in books. And I was constantly wondering, you know, who are these people known as like the benefactors? Who are these evil people? Like who is like stealing shipments of moonflower? What is really going on? And I loved like trying to figure that out and not really knowing what was going on. I did kind of towards the end, around about halfway through, I was like, oh, I think I know what's going on. I think I know who's doing some of these things. And I was correct about one person, so that was like a bit disappointing, but like I said, it's like a more younger YA book, so really great. I did come home and I had 15 packages. One of them, I have opened some of them. So, because I just need to get through some stuff. One of them was just like general me things that I need to buy, so nothing that was like bookish related. But I did open some other packages, and I do want to show you what was inside those. So first I have an arc of Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which I just need to show you guys up close because it is absolutely beautiful and I'm dead over it. This is one of my most anticipated books that comes out in 2022. It comes out in January, and it is a debut fantasy inspired by the legend of the Chinese moon goddess, in which a young woman's quest to free her mother pits her against the most powerful immortal in the realm and sets her on a dangerous path where choices come with deadly consequences, and she risks losing more than her heart. I'm so excited for this. Oh my god, I'm so pumped. So if you have not looked this up, please do. There's actually a couple of books that Harper Voyarger is publishing next year that I'm just like over the moon about. Over the moon. Then I got sent a copy of Give Me a Reason by A.L. Jackson. So not only is this like a beautiful book that I have seen around on like Kindle, but it says that it is a single dad, enemies to lovers standalone romance about a jaded club owner and his son's teacher. I'm so excited for this. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, I bet he drives a motorcycle. And then I have a mafia romance. So the author, Brooke Summers, sent me the first 2 books in her series, which is Bloody Union and Unexpected Union, and it is the Maid series. This one has to do with an arranged marriage that turns into a bloody war. Oh, their wedding, so it's an arranged wedding, it's a bit of an age gap between them, and it says when their wedding ends in a gunfight, he's surprised to see his wife handling a gun with ease, and when he watches her kill a man, he doesn't know whether to be angry or turned on. Oh! I'm so excited for this, and it's super short too. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Super stoked about this one. Hell yes. Then I have a book here. I already opened this package too because I wasn't sure. I'm waiting for something that still hasn't arrived, and so I had to like figure that out. But we have The Devil's Own Duke by Lenora Bell. Lenora Bell is an author that I've been dying to get to because Lisa has been reading her over the last couple months, and so I was like, ooh, some of these sound cool. So this follows Lady Henrietta, who is forced to marry a wicked rogue to keep her beloved minions in her property, because apparently there's a guy who claims to be a distant heir to her father's dukedom. Ooh, cool. So that is from Avon, and then now I have the actual packages that I need to open. Where is my Stanley knife? I have this which says Harlequin on it, which means more romance books. What do we got in here? Bum, bum. I think there's really just one book. Oh, it's another Avon book. Hang on. So in this one, ooh, and it's got the raised text, which is like always great. It's so interesting. They're making all their historical romances like a lot bigger than they used to be. So here's the current historical romance. This is like an old one. As you can see, there's like a huge like size difference now between them. See how they're like taller and like longer? But this is The Duchess Hunt by Lorraine Heath. Now this is utterly beautiful as a book anyway. And Lorraine Heath is an author that I've been dying to read. I have Scoundrel of My Heart by her that I need to read, and I think that's from the same series. Yeah, the Once Upon a Dukedom series. And this follows the Duke of Kingsland, who needs a duchess to restore his dukedom to its like former glory. And so he places an advert encouraging single ladies to write why they should be chosen as his future wife. And then you have Penelope, who's his secretary, and she's the one who has to go through all these letters to find the perfect bride for him. And it's their romance. Oh, and there's some danger from an anonymous note that threatens to reveal their truth. Very excited for this. Then we have 4 packages from Hello Lovely Box. Now, none of these are rep packages. These are 4 packages of stuff that I bought because I have a problem. But I am a rep for Hello Lovely Box. My rep code is Princess15. So let me show you all the stuff that I did get from them. So here we have the Dark Romance pre-order hoodie. So it says Dark Romance on the front, and then it says This Love is Poison on the back. And this color, I'm effing in love with this color. It is so me. So stoked for this. I got this in a small because, oh my god, and it's a really soft kind. Do you see how soft and fuzzy this is? Oh my god, I'm dead. And then there's a t-shirt that came with it, which I'm actually going to put on after this, which is also a small, and it says dark romance reader, because you know that I'm a dark romance. I've literally become a hoe for dark romances, so I needed to get this. I was so excited when she put these back up as like a limited run. So I got those, and then I have another package here. Ah yes, this is my new sleep shirt. So here is my sleep shirt, which says Read by Moonlight on the front of it, which I love. So basically this is a gigantic t-shirt that you wear, and I literally was wearing my other one this morning when I woke up. These are so comfortable, they're super long, they're basically like sleep dresses, and I dig them because I don't like to wear pants, and if I wear these, people can't tell that I'm not wearing pants. What do we got here? Oh yes, I forgot this, yes. Why do I buy so much stuff? Okay, this is a fantasy readers sweatshirt in this color green, and then the back it says this, which is very beautiful because I do read fantasy books. I know I pride myself lately on being a very big like romance reader, but I still love my fantasies, and I also just look really great in green. I'm a brunette, green suits me, so that's a good enough reason. And then we have the real shebang, which is mugs. I also have a mug problem. I have an everything problem. I mean, if we're being real about it, I bought 4 mugs because there was like a whole sale going on 2 weeks ago on their mugs. So we're doing like a buy two, get two. So I bought 4, obviously. This reminds me, I totally forgot to show you guys my new nails that I got done yesterday, but I'll show you my new nails once I show you the mugs. So first off, these are what my nails look like. Aren't they sick? And then here is a mug. It says, exhale the bullshit. Then we have this mug which says, what day is it? And that's literally always me. I'm like, what day is it? What day am I surviving on? I don't think I can make it the next day. Then we have this mug which says Daydreamers Club, which is just very, very cute, and I just love it to death. I think it's just an adorable mug. And this mug says, so many feelings. I have so many feelings. Are they all positive feelings? No, but I have so many feelings about everything. Anyway, that's gonna be it. I did start a historical romance today called A Rogue to Remember by Emily Sullivan. I'm like 50% through it, but I'm not gonna be able to finish it tonight, so I'm not really gonna talk about it too much more in this vlog, but I'm reading that. It's a historical romance that takes place in Italy. The girl is English, but she ran away to ruin herself because she doesn't want to get married. And then her dad works for like the crown and ends up sending one of his spies to bring her back. And that spy is actually like her childhood best friend that she was in love with, who like rejected her and then like disappeared. And so it's like a second chance romance between them while they're traveling like in Italy to get back to England. So I'm really enjoying it. It's like not like a favorite historical romance of mine, but it's definitely like very refreshing. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this vlog. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I obviously will have more and more coming. If you did enjoy this video though, please hit the like button down below if you want to see more of me. But subscribe to my channel, and until next time, thanks a bunch everyone. Bye bye.